What's going on, everybody? I'm Aaron, and this is my Appalachian Eclectic. And today, I'm starting a series called Papa Hugh's Firewood Pile. This is the pre-split pile. It always breaks my heart when I see super pretty pieces get taken and split, but such is life. So we're going to look through, I'm going to find a piece, and we're going to take it inside and see what it comes out looking like. Alright, so I got really lucky actually. This pile is always shifting around. The very first piece I found here actually is will be pretty easy to get going on. Already cut in half, piece off the sawmill, and it's a piece of black cherry. And it's one of my favorite woods. It's just so pretty. And you can see here where this is like crazy crotch piece. There had been a limb growing here that came up. So it's going to have some really interesting grain. The color looks pretty phenomenal. Yeah, I think this one will do. We'll get this bark and stuff off and take it over, throw it on a lathe and see what happens. So here's where we're at. And you can see this one, I put some super glue in. If you saw me super glue, because I wasn't sure I'd have time to finish this up today. That's to keep these cracks from getting bigger. So even though this piece has been cut for goodness knows how long, off the sawmill, it's still very wet. Very wet, and I went ahead and sanded it up just to see what it's going to look like, so we could finish it up, kind of get a feeling for where it was going to go. But it's not finished. So I'm just going to take some of my favorite sanding sealer here, some de-wax shellac, and we're just going to literally just rub it on. And I'm putting this sanding sealer on here, and it's going to help slow the drying process down. And since this piece of cherry had started, it started to crack the second I started turning it. I want to just slow that drying process down a little bit with this sanding sealer. Now, you don't really want to necessarily use anything super heavy duty like varnish or polyurethane or lacquer for a sealer. You can, but it'll take a long time. I like using sanding sealer, aka shellac, and specifically de-waxed shellac, because that's going to make your life a lot easier for your final sanding. So I'm gonna give that just a few minutes. One of the other beautiful things about shellac, also with lacquer, is it's dry super fast. So I'm gonna straighten up down here a little bit, get the shop shut up, take it outside, and we're gonna see how it's gonna turn out. All right, guys, there you have it. From what we started with, that looks pretty rough, to an almost finished bowl. It is, I only sanded this one up to about 220 grit. I usually go much higher, up to around 800. Plus, there's places that's going to definitely need my, special gemstone inlay in places. But it's going to be a super, super pretty bowl. And you can see here, you can see that right here is the end of a branch. And you can see how it was growing out of the tree this way. And you can also see where some of those cracks are. And that's where you saw me super gluing. I was super gluing these cracks to help keep them from getting bigger in case I wasn't going to finish turning this till tomorrow. Now that I have this thing in sanding sealer and mostly sanded, the cracks will open up a little bit. But again, with my art, I have a very kind of unique way of finishing and addressing those imperfections or cracks that show up. So if anybody kind of was ever curious what you could find in a Papa Hugh's or a Papa Hugh type person's wood pile, go give it a second look. You never know what you might find hiding. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.